Namaste for our family. My name is Ed Quinn, head of internal audit and proud member of HAPI. An important global holiday will be starting soon. The celebration of Diwali will begin shortly, starting on October 22nd this year. And although Diwali is seen by many as the most significant holiday and festival in India, many Americans know very little about it. But we in America can relate to its core themes: triumph of good over evil and light over darkness. Coming out of a pandemic, this message should resonate with people across the world. However, as with any cultural event, it is important to be aware of its significance. To help us better understand this important event, I'm excited to have my mother-in-law from India talk to us today, and we have a bonus guest as well, my sister-in-law, Urva. So to start, can you lovely ladies both introduce yourselves?
Yeah, Namaste. I'm Kalpana Gandhi. I'm Ed Quinn's mother-in-law. I was born in a small town in India, western part of India. It's called Gujarat. And after getting married, I'm moved into Ahmedabad, and I'm a yoga instructor as well as a social worker. And I just help elders, the senior citizens, to feel better with yoga.
Wonderful. And Urva?
Namaste everyone. Myself Urva Gandhi. I am born and brought up in Gandhinagar, which is a capital city of Gujarat. And I am an early educator. So I teach small kids and I love cooking. My main interest is art and craft, and I love dancing as well.
Thank you for introducing yourselves. Now, can you just tell us a little more about where you guys live in Ahmedabad?
Yes, so Ahmedabad is the city which is located in the Gujarat state, which is in the western part of India. And it is one of the biggest city of Gujarat, which is having 8 million people living there. And in Ahmedabad, we have historic buildings, we have worship places, we have museums, and we have one of the finest Indian universities. And Ahmedabad is home to Narendra Modi Stadium, which is the largest stadium of the world with a sitting capacity of 132,000.
Wonderful. And also, we mentioned Ahmedabad is in the state of Gujarat. Also important with Gujarat is it's also the state where another famous person was born, is right. Can you talk about that briefly?
Mahatma Gandhi, we are also Gandhis, and he was born in the western part of India, Gujarat. From my hometown is very nearby Mahatma Gandhi's hometown. Wonderful. And he was born there, and then he studied also somewhere nearby in another city. Then he went to Africa, South Africa. Then he came back to Ahmedabad and he started working against Britishers. So he started actually his work from Ahmedabad.
That's great. So that gives some context to where you guys are today. But let's move on to the main reason for our visit today, to talk about Diwali. So to start, Mom, what does the word Diwali mean?
Diwali is the word has come from Sanskrit word Dipavali. Dipavali is a row of lights, and that is, the whole road is lit with the row of lights and decorated with lamps and colorful lights and all. So Dipavali is a festival of light.
Okay, so that makes sense. Festival of lights. Yeah. Diwali. Sorry, I keep saying Diwali, but it's Diwali. It's the V really sound. So then let's talk about some of the history behind Diwali. What is the origin of Diwali?
Actually, several thousand years ago, there was a king called Dasharatha. He had 4 sons through his 3 wives. So the 4 sons, they grew up as a noble and brave and honest princes. And then, like when the Ram was the youngest, oldest son, so when he was eligible to become a king, to sit on the throne, one of the stepmothers, she did not like that very much. So she said to her husband that Ram will not become a king. My son Bharat will become a king. So Ram should go to the forest for 14 years exile, and my son will sit on the throne. So she requested so hard. So, like King Dashratha was a very kind and very good king. So he could not refuse and he just gave in. So Rama had to go to the forest, and during his exile for 14 years, he killed so many demons and saved lots of innocent lives. So people were very happy with that. So when he came back from his exile, people were so happy that they decorated their houses and roads and everything, their villages with the lights, with the lamps, with oil and clay pot. So this is how they welcome. I think you can relate this as your Lion King when he returned from the forest, when he came to the kingdom, then people welcomed him with happiness and joy. So this is, good over evil, this is a celebration of that.
Well, thank you for relating that. I think the Lion King is an interesting comparison where the king comes back and everyone celebrates. And King Ram or Lord Ram is a very important person in the Hindu religion. So we understand why it's such an important holiday in India. Now, speaking of important holidays, Christmas in America is always celebrated on December 25th, but Diwali is celebrated on a different day depending on the year, which I think will confuse a lot of Americans. But can you explain when Diwali is celebrated?
Actually, we follow lunar calendar. So Diwali is a last day of the 12th month of that year. Last day is no moon night. It's a no moon night. So people celebrate it with lights and all. And we follow lunar calendar. So it depends on the different phases of moon.
Okay. Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and
This
just
is how
for,
it happens.
and just for the audience, most of the world follows a solar calendar, which is related to the sun, but many religions around the world will follow the lunar calendar. So that's why certain religions, particularly in Asia, might not always be on the same day during the year. So as I said earlier, Diwali will start on October 22nd this year. So
This time.
yeah. So now the fun part. How do you celebrate Diwali?
Yes, so the way people celebrate Diwali across the country is slightly different. Overall, it can be described very similar to your Christmas. Like people meet each other, they eat good food, they exchange gifts, and they eat lots of sweets. So we do the same thing, but additionally, we decorate our homes with oil lamps and fresh flowers. We also make colorful sand patterns and flower patterns at the entrance of our doorstep. So that is called Rangoli. And kids like Diwali the most because they get to do sparklers and firecrackers. So this is how we celebrate Diwali.
Wonderful. We talked about Diwali as a 5-day celebration. Can you explain the activities of the 5 days?
Yeah, actually Diwali festival is broken into 5 days. The first day is Dhanteras. Dhanteras, we pray to Goddess Lakshmi and show our gratitude towards her that she's giving us all our living everywhere. So we worship the Goddess Lakshmi for that and show our gratitude, as I said. And in earlier time, when farmers had only cows for their living, so they used to sell the milk and get their living from there. So they worshipped cow. So that day also, Dhanteras, they worship cow and show their gratitude. And this is how Hindus, they do not eat beef because they worship cow. And the next day is pre-Diwali, like Diwali Eve, like your Christmas Eve. So we start preparing everything for Diwali, light our, put the lamps and lights and rangolis and, start making good food for next day. And the third day is Diwali, is a big prayer and worship day. We worship, we pray, we just throughout we decorate our houses with lamps and rangolis and everything. Good food is done, then we share with each other and then celebrate it. And that day, is a last day of the year for us in Gujarat. So the next day is a new year for us. And we start our new account year next day. So we go to the temple, we meet people and, like same things, but, and then our helpers, who works for us at home, they all come and we give them their, the second salary as a bonus. And, like they are also very happy. So this is how it is. And the fifth day is Bhai Beach. It's a festival of brother and sister. The brothers always visit sister's house and sister welcomes them with the, very elaborate meals and all, and they enjoy. This is how 5 days goes.
Well, sounds glorious. 5 days of celebration. So that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, as far as childhood memories, what are your favorite childhood memories of Diwali?
As a child is always fun because we don't have to do any work for Diwali. We only have to enjoy. We just play around. We do sparkles and firecrackers and get money from our elders to spend and all these kind of things. And eat very good food.
Great. And then speaking of food, what are some of the traditional foods that are eaten during Diwali?
Yes, so during Diwali, we eat sweets as well as savory food. So in sweets, normally the sweets which we make, that is out of butter, sugar, and dry fruits. So few names I will take. I'm not sure whether you will recognize or not. So it is Kaju Katri, sweet of cashews, then Gugra, which is a sweet of semolina and nuts, and then laddus and barfi and peda, which is similar to your milk cake.
Well, I work for a candy company, so we appreciate sweets. And actually, for the people attending the live event today, we have some of those sweets here today, so they will be enjoying those. So that's very good to hear. But I guess I'll have to send you over some Nerds gummy clusters from Ferrara sometime to try as part of your celebration.
Oh, how nice! Thank you.
Is there anything special you wear during Diwali?
Yes, so during Diwali, we wear new clothes and our traditional clothes. So right now, my mother-in-law is wearing sari. So normally, people in India, women, they wear sari or salwar kameez. I am wearing salwar kameez. They do wear chaniya choli also. And men, they wear kurtas, which is a long shirt and skinny cotton pant.
Okay, very nice. And then India is a very large country, and You guys live in the western portion of it, but are there differences in how Diwali might be celebrated in different regions in India?
No, yes, Diwali is celebrated equally in all over India, maybe in a little different ways, but they all pray, they do worship, they make good food, sweets. Maybe the things are different in different region. So otherwise, Diwali is just the same all over India.
All right. And then Diwali is primarily known as a Hindu holiday, but do other religions celebrate Diwali as well?
Yes, yes, yes. They all celebrate Diwali, all religion, whoever are living in India, Diwali is the biggest festival. So they all celebrate it. Even in our city, we can see, you know, the Muslims also celebrate Diwali because we all have become part of each other, you know, in the city and country. So everyone celebrates Diwali.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, Diwali or Hindu is the main religion in India by
Yes.
significantly, but then, yeah, there's Islam and there's Sikhism and Jainism. So
They go to their own temples. They go to their own temples, but they do celebrate Diwali.
wonderful. And in closing, can you both share for our family how you say Happy Diwali in Gujarati?
Yes, so we say Shubh Deepavali.
Shubh Deepavali.
Shubha Dipam. Well, that wraps up our conversation. Thank you so much, Mom and Urva, for telling us more about Diwali. It's been
Thank
great.
you so much, Edward, for inviting us.
Yeah,
And giving us this opportunity.
no, it's been great being able to share a little bit of my family to my work family at Ferrara. So talk again to you both soon. Love you both. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna.